Beginning in the 2019-2020 school year, the Read by Grade 3 law, also known as PA 306, schools are required to identify and help students who are struggling with reading. The law currently states that a student may be held back in grade 3 if their reading comprehension are more than one grade level behind the standard. Through watching this video, you will learn how to communicate the criteria for a student's retention or exemption to PA 306, how families will learn about this information, how to file an exemption request with the district, and what the difference is between an independent and instructional BAS level. You will understand the district procedures regarding IRIP, or the Individual Reading Instructional Plan, by learning how to input data, how to analyze the data, what the IRIP timeline looks like, how to use the Illuminate program, and how to enter and print an IRIP. How does a student get promoted? Each student will be taking the M-STEP, or the Michigan Student Test of Educational Progress, in the spring of their 3rd year. If a student scores below a 1252, the student may be held back a year. In a recent update, the M-STEP's testing window has been moved up to April 27th to May 22nd for students in 3rd to 7th grades. This change enables the district to have more time to communicate with families. 3rd graders will be first to take the M-STEP, and the preliminary scores will be available to the district within 24 to 48 hours. What exempts a student from being retained? Some students who score beneath the cutoff score of the M-STEP may qualify for a good cause exemption. A student may qualify for a good cause exemption if they have an individualized education plan or a 504 plan. A student learning English as a second language who has less than 3 years of instruction in the English Learner Program. Students who continue to have a reading deficiency that have been previously retained or have received intensive reading intervention for 2 or more years. Students who have been enrolled in their school for less than 2 years and did not have an IRIP in their previous school. If a promotion is requested by the student's parent or legal guardian in an appropriate time frame, the superintendent, chief administrator, or the student's designee will decide if this will be in the student's best interest. How are the results of the M-STEP communicated to the students' families? A CEPI letter with the certified signature is sent to the address on file for the student after the 3rd grade testing window closes on May 22nd. This letter is translated into the top 10 different languages used in Michigan, and there will be up to 3 attempts made to deliver this letter. If the letter is undeliverable, it will be returned to the school district to be redistributed. Homeless students will have their letters sent to their district liaison for distribution. What is the process of the IRIP? First, the students will be tested on NWEA, BAS, and MLPP in the first 30 days of school. After testing, all K-3 students who have scored below the 25th percentile on the Fall Reading NWEA assessment will have an IRIP created for them within 30 days. Do you remember what score is needed for the students to be promoted? In an IRIP, areas of strength and areas of improvement are identified for each student, and a plan is created to help students to improve on where they're struggling. A mandatory parent meeting goes over what can be done at home that aligns with the IRIP created to support students at home. The IRIP process is repeated 3 times a year in fall, winter, and spring. Teachers will be given dates on when IRIP tasks need to be completed. Teachers will know when the testing is completed, what students need an IRIP, the time frame of creating the IRIP, how the IRIPs will be distributed during the year, and the deadline of the IRIP signature from the parent or guardian. Do you remember some of the good cause exemptions? If parents or guardians want to appeal for a good cause exemption, they must do so within 30 days of the date on the CEPI letter. The district or school officials will meet with the parents of the student to share what decision has been made on the request 30 days before the start of the school year. How do you support a student through the IRIP process? All students from kindergarten to 3rd grade receive ELA instruction to meet their individual needs. Students who are performing below level, with or without an IRIP, will receive a second tier of support to help the student get to where they need to be. In kindergarten to 2nd grade, this support will come in the form of either the student's teacher or an intervention staff member. In 3rd grade, IRIP students will receive support from an intervention level staff. Until the student succeeds in scoring at or above the 25th percentile on the reading NWEA, students will remain on IRIP. This IRIP cycle takes place 3 times a year, with testing taking place in the fall, winter, and spring. What are the interventions and supports that are provided to students in IRIP? The interventions that students receive will focus on areas of need for the student. This intervention happens in addition to daily classroom ELA instruction. Students are excused from any missed work during class time if they are pulled for any intervention groups. Literacy coaches will provide staff coaching to support early literacy practices in kindergarten to 3rd grade classrooms. What support resources will be available to intervention level staff? The Fontes and Pinnell Leveled Literacy Intervention System, or LLI, is a research-based training program to provide you what you need to successfully bridge the gap of an IRIP student. Intervention, coaching, and ESL staff will be trained on how to use LLI. What happens during a meeting with parents or guardians of IRIP students? Title I or literacy coaches will meet briefly with IRIP families at parent-teacher conferences. While you are meeting with the families, you will provide the parents or guardians with an IRIP to sign. After this meeting, the parent or guardian will sign up for a meeting date for the district IRIP parent meeting. They only need to attend 1 out of 7 available meetings, and this can be done at any school to be more accommodating to their schedule. Parents will select the time through Google Forms, and a notice of the date and time will be automatically sent to the parent. Parents or guardians will receive a booklet to support the at-home component of the IRIP. The parent will cover 1 to 2 areas of improvement for the student, which will be identified based upon the 3 assessments. Every at-home plan will also include reading at home for 20 minutes. Parents will be sent weekly reminders and tips on how to encourage participating in the at-home component of IRIP. What outcome can parents expect from attending these meetings? Parents will gain an understanding of the Read by 3rd grade law and learn the purpose of an IRIP. Parents will learn about the good cause exemptions and if their child qualifies. Parents will understand where their child is performing compared to what the benchmark expectation is. Parents will be provided ideas to support their student at home in order to improve the targeted areas of need. Parents will come up with an 8-week plan of action for the student. Next, we will go over the change from the DRA assessment to the BAS assessment. DRA is an assessment that measures the student's independent reading level, which is when the reader knows and comprehends most of the words without too much difficulty. The BAS, which is what will be used in place of the DRA from now on, assesses all of the reading levels, which includes the aforementioned independent level, the reader's instructional level, and the reader's frustration level. Each of these levels provides results that will impact the instructional planning. BAS includes 3 assessment levels, but you are only responsible for one according to district protocol. You will only need to assess instructional levels, as this assessment is most valuable in creating an instructional design. What is the difference between an independent and instructional level? While an independent level tells a teacher how much a student can comprehend on their own, an instructional level tells a teacher where a child can comprehend with instructional supports. When in communication with families and recording data, make sure it is made clear that the instructional level is not the child's independent reading level. Please do not provide parents with the independent BAS level on documentation. You will only be able to share this information if you have assessed for independent BAS level in addition to the required instructional level assessment. When you report instructional levels to parents or guardians, explain that this level shows what their child is able to read with the help of instructional support. Students may be sent home with lower level books so that they are able to practice reading fluently at their independent level. How does the BAS impact a student's report card? Because we are switching to the BAS assessment and focusing on instructional levels, a student's DRA level will no longer be recorded on a report card. A letter will be sent to parents indicating this change and explaining what the benchmark instructional levels mean in relation to their child's grade. If you wish to record a level, please do so in the comments section of the report card. This must include the words instructional level as well as the instructional benchmark for their child's grade at that time. Please refer to this example. What changes can you expect with Illuminate and IRIP? The Illuminate program, as well as the IRIP printable form, has had the following updates. Here is the current IRIP cover page. Notice the BAS instructional level has been added. The benchmarks have also been updated to reflect the instructional grade level expectations. When you flip over to the back of the IRIP form, you will see the diagnostic tool and home skills. You will see the MLPP data, the BAS data, and the NWEA data. At the bottom of the page, in gray, is where the skills you select for parents to work on with their child at home are located. Starting with the MLPP data, kindergarten to 3rd grade students must be administered all areas of the MLPP assessment. This test is accumulative, so teachers can be more efficient by starting off with skills that are not yet secure. In 1st to 3rd grade, all areas of the MLPP, except for grade level sight words, should be in the secure range to be considered on target. For instance, if a 2nd grader falls within beginning or developing on Sound ID, mark that as an area of need. The following is a chart of the kindergarten MLPP benchmarks. Remember, outside of sight words, if a student in 1st to 3rd grade isn't secure on a given assessment, the teacher should select Area of Need, or N, on the IRIP menu for that assessment. The following chart will help you to have conversations around instructional level expectations on the BAS with families. Here are the instructional level benchmarks from kindergarten to 3rd grade. The following will help you to score the BAS criteria for accuracy and fluency. The following will help you to score the BAS comprehension components. For thinking within the text, thinking beyond the text, and thinking about the text. For BAS levels A through K, the thinking beyond and about the text questions are combined in the second half of the comprehension questions. Please mark both sections of the IRIP using that score. For example, if a student scores a 2 on the second part of the comprehension questions, mark them as O, on target, for thinking beyond the text and thinking about the text. This chart assists with interpreting NWEA strand performance. If the strand indicates low or average, please mark that as area of need. If the strand indicates average or high average, mark that as O, on target. If the strand indicates high, mark S for secure. If you have any concerns regarding the PA 306 or IRIP process, please contact your literacy coach or Title I intervention staff.